Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We've got a round 3 match. The winner semifinals actually is what this is called. In the blue color, we have got Looki. Excuse me, this is Looki playing as Hades. On the other side of the map, in the red, this is Grass playing as Loki. I think you will understand my confusion. The game mode is Deathmatch. This is the very first Deathmatch tournament of Age of Mythology retold. And Deathmatch is all about building up, spamming a bunch of stuff out, making sure the other guy runs out of resources faster. As you can see, they started at 20k. But yeah. It will be spent, trust me. In this game mode, you advanced through the ages within 5 seconds after you build the required buildings, and then you get your technologies for free for the given age. So once you're heroic, you've got all the techs from heroic. It's pretty good stuff. A lot of production will be required, absolutely. And one of Loki's great strengths is that, well, you get flaming weapons, right? And you've advanced Bragi, so these berserks are gonna give a favor back whenever they die. They're pretty potent already, plus they get some health buffs. Then you get some throwing axe from behind them, and they're gonna have increased multipliers against infantry. So, pretty good abilities to win fights with. Then you keep clicking your flaming weapons every time it's available because you have so much favor. You can advance through hell to the mythic age and get a bunch of fire giants out that will hold against any onslaught from the Greek player. I really like the forward sentinel used to secure this spot and just, you know, get the town center quickly. That could be a really good momentum play. Pestilence is going to be Hades' great strength, of course, getting all these buildings covered. And the Norse not being able to make a lot of units with this few buildings is going to be a problem for Grass, actually. So really looking forward to that. Let's see. There's the fire giants. They're going to definitely help to defend. At 840 health, they're more than capable myth units. But, you know, with pushers getting on top of them, that's going to be a harder one. And we've got a ton of Elder Cyclops in the fight for Looki. They might be able to actually take down the TC. A lot of the human units were sent to deal with Perseus, and so far that's going good. Petroblas are now trying to move up to take down the TC. Cyclops taking out every single unit that pops out for Grass. He's down to 80 population. I think he would need more fire giants, but I'm not sure he can actually afford any because he doesn't have favor anymore. Got lucky enough to spawn one in. He's got one from the temple as quite a bunch from the temple actually. Okay, so he's gonna be fine for now. But the town center is certainly gonna go down. That's an ouchie right there. Petroblas might pay for this with their lives, but that's a sacrifice they're willing to make. Meanwhile, the Tuxolis up here are doing a really good job of taking down all these Norse units, including the Huskarl, which, you know, will be suffering the effects of poison. And all these units are also getting healed by the temple, but the temple's healing radius is actually very small, so you would have to walk to it, actually click your units onto it in order to get efficient with that. But yeah, Looki has done a great job of pushing Grass away, and there's barely any buildings able to produce stuff, so he's essentially got the situation under control now. He's gonna go up to 3 town centers in no time if he chooses to. Could be moving up these villagers, like resource-wise he's doing great. This didn't cost him too much. Taking down all these fire giants, however, will be difficult. A question in the chat, what patch is this being played on? Just a regular patch. Live game. I haven't had time to make a DM patch, and the recent patch just happened anyway, so who knows what we need to change now. It fixed a lot of problems. Flaming Weapons is in, ladies and gentlemen. Grass now on 210 population. Looki has been knocked back down and he's not training enough stuff. You really need to pre-queue up a lot of things in order to be a little bit more successful with maintaining your army. But now Flaming Weapons is eviscerating him. This is nasty. Even got a Fafnir spawn here. Or two. It's a very lucky Looki player right there. And another Fire Giant. Oh my god. I'm not sure that Looki can hold on to dear life here at just 80 population space total. He's trying to make 3 heroes at once. It's going to be a while until they get in. The Berserks are actually so strong in this situation. They can take on the Fortress Fire as well as Hippa's Fist, but only to a limited degree. Either way, this fortress is going to be destroyed now. Yeah, Looki is the one that actively makes Mythians like this. And man, it worked. Grass is gonna defeat Looki just like that. Wow. That is nuts. It was a very even game until it really wasn't. I do think if Looki does make more units, he would have been fine, or maybe more buildings or anything at all, really. A wall to run through so that the Berserks can chase you easily. Something was needed here, but I think it's fair to say that Hades struggles with Flaming Weapons anyhow. You don't have Ceasefire, you don't have Restoration. You know, it's tough. Alright gamers, we are here with game numero 2. In the blue color, we have got Looki playing as Freyr. The other side, we've got Grass playing as Isis in the red color. It's all gonna be about whether Grass can hold on against the rising tide of enemies. Well, I've got a mistake made here in the scoreboard. Let's fix that. There we go. Something very important to know about Egypt in Retold is you're gonna need a lot more production than in the original game. The population cap is just so damn high, and yeah, Norse can be really overwhelming once they build enough stuff as well. For Freyr, this should be a very similar situation to what we've seen from Grass when he played Looki. It's essentially the same thing, except your units are not going to be summoning in any Myth units. You still get your Flaming Weapon spam going, you still get your mixed composition, and you should be going Hell in my opinion, but hey, if people go Vidar, I totally get it. Like, you get those super strong Berserks, you get the Fafnir, which are essentially going to force out a ton of priests, and you got the big Fenrir Wolf explosion nuke to work with. You're going to have plenty of favor anyway because you're going to make a ton of Goldie, which, well, it forces out sniper wars between the chariots and them. Chariots are a little bit better at that, of course. And by a little, I mean a lottle. Wait. Did Grass actually just go for ancestors here? Okay. Neftis is really bad in DM, guys. You don't go Neftis. I really think it's terrible. Hathor gives you better build speed, better buildings. Like, that's essential here to get going. And then, you know, the Petsukas are not half bad themselves. The Locust Swarm God power is pretty nice against throwing X-Men and the like. Where is that? Oh, in the back, of course. I mean, the Asgardian Hillfort builds itself, and every age it builds faster. So it's a really good idea in DM to just keep using it without builders, and then you get extra Hillforts. It's really nice. And you're gonna have plenty of favor anyhow. Now, Grass is having to hide behind this Migdol, and I still think he doesn't have enough Migdols. Like, he should be really worried here. Additional ramps will be quite helpful also. First off, to soak up some archer fire on occasion, and then to actually take down the buildings. It it's gonna happen. So much work done, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I do wonder whether we're gonna see a Pharaoh empowering a monument here, because that would heal every single unit in the area for our Isis player, as well as prevent God power from being used nearby. So it's gonna get a huge radius once you do empower. But all these throwing axemen are dangerous, man. Like, they do have double damage against buildings. They can take down hill forts or Mingo strongholds without any issue. But what we're gonna see is Ancestors getting used in the middle of the North range composition. And guess what? It's full of Goldie. Eclipse isn't gonna do a thing. The God power's already used up. That's it. It's gone. This is why you don't go for this. It's terrible. And the actual upgrades that you get, I mean, you do get a small refund from dying units. So that's gonna keep Grass in the game a little bit longer. But hey, if you had faster building villagers, then they'd be getting onto the resource gathering job faster, and then you use prosperity. Everybody's happy. But now, Looki's time. It's his time. He's coming in with flaming weapons. He's gonna destroy these buildings in no time whatsoever. And the army of Brass is not liking this. He's down to 140 population against max Looki over here. And the throwing axemen are just not very approachable here at all. They've got crazy range damage from flaming weapons right now at 18.2 attack. And they are still gonna keep that going a little bit. The Goldie can be their tanks, sort of, because nobody deals bonus damage against them. And all of them stay alive. 185 population to 130. Just can't go above it. Looki's owning this. Taking down one building at a time. And they are not being rebuilt fast enough to survive. All the monuments were made back home. Which is okay when you're like Set or Ra. Because then you can just still build around them and it's fine. But for Isis, I really do think you want to cover your army for healing wounds. I don't think Grass can repopulate here, guys. Even with Son of Osiris adding in his lightning attacks, I just don't see how that's going to be enough to hold all of this back. Looki is getting a little bit more aggressive now, I think, with his fortress placements. Where did he put that last one? Oh, right here. Okay, not the best spot. It could have been like, I don't know, here to deny trade. But hey, he has the favor, certainly. Almost 600 favor right now because of all the units he's killed. What gods got banned? It was Zeus and it was Kronos. So Looki did the Zeus ban and Grass did the Kronos ban. Which is understandable because Grass just watched Looki play super good with Kronos, so I understand. But it's not that scary. Oh my god! Here comes the Fenrir nuke, and everybody's gonna explode here. Whoa. All the chariots are already toast. Grass was in a bad situation before, but now his army is melting away. This is tough stuff. 210 population for our Norse player now that he's on 3 town centers. We're about to be on 3. Oh, wait, this is still not done. But either way, he's overwhelming this. The Son of Osiris could get surrounded here if he's not careful. I'm pretty sure the heroes are shooting at the mummies. They're really low health as well, so we'll be taken down in no time. What do you do, man? The second flaming weapons is nearly ready to go. Like, this is 650 favor. Jesus Christ. Egypt has to be so very defensive against this kind of stuff. You can't fight in the middle of the map as Grass has done. Relying on your monuments, relying on your building spam is key. Son of Osiris is basically on no health. Fortresses are getting wrecked. He runs away at 42 health. I guess he can go and empower something, but there's no harm in that. Now we go after the villager. Grass on just 77 population. Never uses prosperity. He's out of gold, so that's really something he should be considering to use right about now. But I think he's just going to resign because it's just too difficult to hold back the Norse tide. This flaming weapon stuff is really going to dominate this tournament, I think, until somebody is able to use Zeus. So it might be time to actually ban one of these Norse players, or not the players, but the gods. One of them with flaming weapons, I think you have to ban, but there's 3 of them. They can all do this thing in a slightly different way, so tough. Ladies and gentlemen, it has all come down to this. We've got our decider match in this best of 3. In the blue color, we have got our Poseidon player, Looki. His opponent on the other side, playing as Thor, this is Grass. And you know what? This is totally doable for Poseidon. So, with Ceasefire, you have a really solid counter to flaming weapons. Grass might actually want to go for Frost instead of flaming weapons. It's gonna be interesting to see what he can do with that. He already figured out that you can make just 15 berserks from the town center and use the pre-queuing in order to age up quickly, and then everything should be good. Bragi is coming up. Just gonna make a ton of longhouses and print berserks. Okay, that's gonna be the name of the game. Wait, he's making some throwing axemen as well, which do train slower than berserk, so that's something to keep in mind. Looki is going hyper defensive with his building placements, not getting out on the map, not taking town center locations at all, not even creeping towards them. But he's got Aphrodite, so his villagers are fast, they build fast, they move fast. Should be nice. I'm a little bit surprised he cast his lure early on, rather than waiting for Mythic. He would get some extra chickens, but as long as he attracts the hunt, that's all he cares about, right? Although he would attract quite a bit more food. 4 more chickens is not nothing. Yeah, save it for Mythic, guys. Save it for Mythic. It's not that cheap to recast. Alright, well, Looki has been kicked out of here. Grass has enough of an army to hold on here. Also, interesting to see Artemis getting picked. There's gonna be an attempt from Looki to put this away a little bit quicker than might be possible. Let's see how that goes. I like Hephaestus myself here, especially now that Plenty has been buffed. You just keep making Plenty walls in your Poseidon, right? So you just build everywhere, and that's militia generation. 4 centaurs being microed very nicely are generating a lot of value here, and I have no idea why, but Grassengroom is forgetting to go Mythic. He's now clicking in tier, but the damage is already done. His army is getting eviscerated, man. He's done 140 population to 180, and these Hippospis show no sign of stopping whatsoever. The Centaurs are absolutely wiping the army too behind that, and there's all these Tuxodes covers, so I think Looki is just doing a fantastic job here. Very well done, for sure. The back TC should be easy enough to grab, but he's moving forward with additional villagers to make sure that this is secure. It looks like Grass is fighting back a little bit now, adding in raiding cavalry to tank a little bit better, but they're not particularly great at that either. Not against these poison Tuxodes, which are absolutely shredding him right now. Where are the yards? They also... Battle Boars, that's a good addition against these light infantry units. That's a really good idea. We should see more of that, honestly, in the meta, but... Hey, what's really gonna turn this around is flaming weapons, however. If Grass can just build up his numbers to get the flaming weapons in, with some 3-4 Battle Boars, I think that could kick Looki out of here, but then, you know, you just run a little bit for a few seconds, you get chased, they catch up, they do a little bit damage, then you click Ceasefire, and Flame Weapons is countered, completely countered. And he's had curves as well. Yep. See, if he clicks now, there's only a handful of seconds left of Flaming Weapons. So you're just losing these 2 units. He's kiting the berserks. He's completely making Grass waste the flaming weapons. This is fantastically done. Oh my god. So good. Love it. Now bear in mind, these defensive buildings do build slower during that. So getting the TCs done is not very trivial. You would need more villagers, I think, on the back settlement in the first place. But it's not like Looki is terribly in a rush to get that done. Bear in mind, there's almost no resource gathering going on, and the grass also has forgotten to plant down the dwarven mine. In the Mythic Age, you get 50% more gather rate from that thing compared to normal gold mines, so you definitely want to go for that. As soon as your Mythic, just plop down, gather from that immediately, because it's worth to recast. You have so much favor anyhow, right? So just keep using the favor. That's a lot of towers. It'll be very difficult to fight here for the Norse. Especially with Looki more or less keeping up the unit count. He's really not using much. He's microing the Toxotes beautifully away from the fight, making sure that they stay alive, and the melee units are the ones actually getting attacked, not them. Plus the towers, of course, absolutely going nuts now that they're buffed. They're actually pretty decent at this, especially in a mode like Deathmatch where you can afford so many. Well, only problem for Looki is the resources. Like, grass has been somehow more efficient with gold. So a little bit of selling wouldn't be the craziest. Poseidon does get this whole bonus where you get better exchange rates, so very nice. You can become an FX trader. Luke is handling everything really nicely though. Like this fight is going okay. Just needs to be really careful with running out of gold. So the sooner the trade route can start, the sooner the triple printing of villagers can commence, the better. Then we're gonna see an earthquake here in the middle of the production base, so that's gonna be a destroyed hill fort. But the Toxotes are getting overwhelmed. It's time to run. Oh, they're all gonna get killed, man. They're all gonna get killed because Fimbulventure is on, and guess what? That forces you to garrison, look at your base, and suddenly you're not looking at your Toxotes, and they're getting melted. Yep, that was a really good timing by Grass. He didn't lose anything too important. And, you know, all in all, this has been, yet again, a very necessary move. Pushing our Greek player off of resource gathering for a while, but he's back. He's back. He's working on that settlement now. And he's just happy to sit here, I think. That's a lot of trolls. When you see trolls in such a high number, you know there's a little bit of desperation in play. I see so many Hetairos. Oh my goodness. Let's see if they can find some villagers. Like, finding these 18 dwarves and killing them all would be a devastating blow right now. I think Luke is more interested in fighting directly. He himself doesn't have much in the bag, but I mean, Grass is just straight up broke. That's a different kind of situation. He's hunting a little bit because he won't be able to afford farms soon, right? So you gotta farm. Otherwise, there will be no gathering. Oh, a second curse is not something I expected. 130 recast cost is very high for that. Oh god, the trolls are actually owning the archers because they were damaged. And that's another really good flaming weapons, but there's not that many human units in this. So really, it's not a disaster for Looki, even though he's losing out pretty badly in this fight. He's got all these defensive buildings, right? That will defend him overall. Losing the fortress is a good thing because he gets the militia. Not a bad thing at all if some of these buildings get destroyed. He's still able to pump. Comparing that to a situation of Grass, there's not much in the production as you can see. Just gotta make sure you have the heroes if you're Looki. But I do think the game is stabilizing overall. Like, that's a lot of gatherers on Grass's economy on every front. Looki is just a little bit heavy on gold right now. He doesn't have plenty of vaults, remember. His trade route is tiny. He's not been hunting, so... Can he actually hold on here? That's the question. Not gathering wood. Just 53 villagers, but it's 57 for our Norse player, but many of them are dwarves, which work better. Like, this gold mining rate is nothing to scoff at, even if he's not using Dwarven Mine for whatever reason. Sir, you have 185 favor. Okay. Maybe he's saving for the third flaming weapons. You never know. You never know. Chipping away at the towers, of course, will spawn more militia. Helping out Looki once again. He doesn't need that many towers, right? I mean, they're just kind of there. Doesn't protect the town center because there's no town center. Well, here comes a bigger fight. Let's see what those piggies can do. The heroes are not really focusing on them, which is definitely a problem. The Toxotes are getting rocked around by the trolls. It's definitely painful. Not too many of them have died. It's just damage from them. As long as archers don't die, they keep doing the work. Well, the villagers are getting a little bit blasted by the hill fort. Gotta be careful with that. But it does seem to be that Looki should be able to build that thing now. Scott getting on top of the archers and garrison is forced with that. Now the towers can really show their power. I do think this is a tower defense situation. Like, these Norse units just can't take that much punishment. It's definitely looking painful. Wait, are they actually taking it? Oh my god! Why did Looki resign? What? This was totally possible to survive, no? He's resigning. I guess Grass did have 3 TCs behind this. He did have a bigger trade route, but it's not huge. And Looki doesn't know that, so I guess he's like, this guy's 3 TC, I'm 2 TC, I'll never make it. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why you go Hephaestus, because Earthquake, yeah, you might delete the base. Tough stuff, but stack your plenty vaults instead of using double curse, and suddenly you're rich, and you can hold against these kind of onslaughts even for a super long amount of time. Yeah, and he says in the chat now he's not used to Greek, which is understandable. Still, you outkilled Grass significantly. Like, you know, you get a little bit of efficiency behind this resource-wise, and you're golden. Congrats to Grass, he's moving into the winners finals. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.